Good morning. Welcome to Fernwood. Today is a very special day. We have a couple of exciting things going on. The first thing is we're going to be having the blessing of the backpacks. And I hope that if you're here today and you're a student or a teacher or somewhat affiliated with education, that you brought your backpack or your tote or whatever might represent the work that you do. We would love for you to participate in that part of the service, and I'll give you some directions in just a few seconds. But I wanted to begin by telling you that if you're a first-time guest, we are so pleased that you're here with us today, and we would love for you to make sure that after the service, if you will, walk out the back there toward the middle door and then to the right, and there's a very nice countertop there. On that counter, we have some forms that you can fill out. We would love a record of your visit today so that we know you've been with us and that we can let you know more about Fernwood. So make sure you look for that form that's on the counter in the lobby. Also, there is a gift there for you. If you're one of our first-time guests, we want to thank you for choosing to be with us today. If you're online, we welcome you to our service online. We know a lot of people, when they're away, they like to tune in, and we're glad that you're here with us. Everybody, make sure that you check our website, check our Instagram page and our Facebook page, because that's where you can find announcements, you can find the newsletter, you can find past worship services, lots of things to help you engage with content here at Fernwood. Make sure you're looking for that. Also, if you're online, you can text the word hello to the number that's there on the Facebook page, and you have the worship guide there. And the worship guide today is a little shorter because we have a special presentation that's going to be going on today during our service. Also, I noticed in the lobby that there is an information table there, and there are 3 sign-ups there. The first sign-up is for next week, which is the soup kitchen. So there are 2 shifts. You can sign up for one of those shifts to serve at the Spartanburg Soup Kitchen, and we would love to have anyone, even if you're not a member here, we want you to come and join us and serve Spartanburg in that capacity. Also, there is a sign up for the 24th of August, which is a luncheon for anybody who is interested in forming a new Sunday school class. We're kind of bridging the gap between the young adults and the older adults. There's kind of that mid-range, and we're looking to form a Sunday school class for that group. So this is sort of an information time, talking about what would it look like, where would it be, that kind of thing, and that's on the 24th. So there's a sign up for that. And finally, there is also a sign up for a work day for the Away Home Ministry, and that will be on September the 13th. That's a Saturday, and there's a sign up for that as well. Now, for the directions that I need to give you. So, in just a moment, while we're having the passing of the peace, you've been asked, if you would, please move closer to the front. As you see, there are some kind of omnidirectional microphones here at the front of the stage. Every person on the stage does not have their own microphone, so you want to be closer so you can hear all the parts. So make sure you move a little bit closer to the front so that you can hear well and understand the whole story. So we want you to do that. And then also during the first hymn, which is right after the passing of the peace, we would like for you to come to the children, teachers, if you would come down to the front, and you're going to stand kind of over in this area. But others of you, if you would, there were some school supplies at the door. I don't know if you saw it. There's a little basket there. If you would like, bring just choose a piece of the supplies and bring that down and put it over with our display. And that's so that your body can be involved in the act of worship, of offering that for the children in our community. So we want you to be a part of that. So if you want to do that during the passing of the peace, you can step right out and grab one of those supplies, and so you can participate in the act of worship. Okay, so Fernwood's vision is to be Christ to one another and our community. Then we do that by doing justice, loving mercy, and walking humbly with our God. And now it's time, the part of our service where you'll stand and greet those around you, passing the peace of Christ, saying, "May the peace of Christ be with you."
In our preparation for this really enriching treat that we have this morning with this dramatic play, I ask you to use the music that's been prepared for you to open your hearts and minds to be receptive to that blessing that God has in store for you. hymn this morning is hymn number 395, Open My Eyes That I May See. We're only going to sing 2 stanzas of it this morning, the first stanza and the fourth. And I invite anyone who wants to participate in the blessing of the backpacks, anyone in education is invited to come forward as we stand and sing 395.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Cedric Starr. I am a member here at Fernwood Baptist Church. I am also the chair of the Children and Youth Children's Ministry team. So I am being given the blessing opportunity to bless the backpacks today, and I am so happy that I've been given this opportunity to serve. Before I go into prayer, I want to first of all say to all the teachers who are here and all the teachers around our country, thank you for your service for our children. I know there are wonderful times of being a teacher, and there's also hard times being a teacher. I was a substitute teacher for 3 years, and I can only imagine how the full-time teachers are able to do it every single day. And it just amazed me how much sacrifice and love and joy and tears y'all put into these kids. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. We appreciate everything that you do for our children, our community. So thank you for that. To all of the kids who are going to school, elementary, middle school, high school, private, charter, homeschool, I want to say that I am proud of all of you. School is hard. Being a kid is hard. Being a teenager is even harder. And I want to say that I am proud of all of you. To all of the young adults who are going to college, I am proud of you. Education is a very important thing. It was Frederick Douglass who once said that if you give a slave an opportunity to read, if you give a slave an opportunity to write, he will be one of the best citizens you ever have met. And I take that to my heart. Education is very important. And the opportunity to be able to go is a blessing. And I want to ask God to give you all the strength, the courage, and the energy you need for this year. And I want to let you all know that Fernwood is here for you all in whatever way you need us to be. Thank all of you who have provided for these kids when it comes to supplies, when it comes to being there when they need you. To all the parents, I ask God to bless your household. It is hard being a parent. I know this. And it's hard, especially being a parent, when it comes to your kids going to school. So I pray that God bless and strengthen you and your household during this new school year. I know there's a lot of uncertainties, there's a lot of fear in our country right now when it comes to education. But know that God is in control, despite what storms are thrown our way. And as long as we stay diligent and as long as we persevere, that God will see us through. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we come to you today, Lord, to ask that you just bless the teachers and bless the students, Lord, as we begin a new school year, God. Pray, God Almighty, that you be with the principals, the administrators, to be with those who run the districts, Lord. I pray, God, that you be with every single child who begins school tomorrow, God. I pray, God, that you strengthen them, Lord. I pray, God, that you just put your hands upon them, Lord. Let them know that no matter who they are, that you love them, that they are beautiful and wonderful in your eyes and fully accepted. I pray, God, that during these times of uncertainty, the times of fear, the times of doubt, that your spirit falls upon them, God, and strengthens them, Lord, and comforts them, Lord, and guides them, Lord. I pray, God, you be with the teachers, Lord, both through their good days and bad days, God, that remind them that what they do matters, and that you strengthen and renew them every single day they walk into that classroom. That to remind them that what they do matters not only in your eyes, but in the eyes of the children that they serve and in the eyes of the community that they serve. I pray, God, that you just bless the community, Lord, who help and provide for them, Lord. I pray, God, that you continue, God, to just provide for these children and for the teachers, God. I pray, God, you be with the households, Lord, with the parents, that you strengthen them, Lord. And I pray, God, that you bless these backpacks, that in them are dreams, in them are aspirations, in them, Lord, are the skills and tools they need to strive and grow and become who you want them to be. Strong, empowered, beautiful, in all the ways, Lord. I pray, God, that you just continue to remind us, God, that you are in control, that you are the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, and you sit upon the throne of victory. And that victory is given to us through you, our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. We love you and we thank you. In Jesus' name, we all do pray. Amen.
Happen in your life, and you could not wait to share it, and nobody believed you? Did it destroy your joy? Perhaps you will resonate with Abden this morning as we tell his story in a powerful and fun way.
Well, what do you think?
I guess it'll do.
How about over here?
Sure, fine. Well, what about them?
Oh, they'll be able to see. They'll be all right.
You're sure?
Positive.
Well then, let's begin.
First, about the story of our play, we should tell you in advance that it's old. It's probably well known to most of you.
To some, that may not sound very intriguing, for the TV generation of the 21st century is not so much interested in examining the dusty tones of bygone history.
As it is in being captivated by the suspense of the new in the novel.
And yet, almost everything we learn has its roots in the past.
For the traditions of the ages are redolent with the wine of human experience.
We should also mention that our play is biblical.
This is sometimes a help, but it's sometimes a hindrance.
Though some may receive a certain sense of comfort and security at the prospect of hearing another tale from the sacred pages of Holy Writ.
There are others who have put the Bible and its teachings outside the scope of 21st century living.
And though they sit carefully in the long, stained pews each Sunday, and dutifully give to missions, the building fund, and the ongoing program of the church,
They have inadvertently removed the truth one step from reality. They have left the Bible on the shelf.
and pattern their lives after the dictates of their own conscience.
Then, finally, we should add that our play deals with a miracle.
This is perhaps the most perplexing problem of all. A man born blind from birth is suddenly able to see, and we are to believe this?
How does our age of logic and mathematics and computer science deal with the manner in the matter of a 2,000-year-old miracle? What really happened back there at the pool of Siloam?
And does it matter today?
Some say, of course, that it didn't happen, and so they reject both the miracle and the miracle worker.
They explain it away as a fable or as an allegory illustrating a spiritual lesson, whose truth we should accept figuratively, but not literally.
But as we look at those who witnessed the miracle, let us note that they are very human, that their reactions could very well be our reactions, their skepticism, our skepticism. And let us also see that the human can still be touched by the divine, that miracles, whether physical or spiritual, can still occur in the lives and the hearts of men.
Oh, there you are, Johanna. Still working on that, are you?
Yes, I'm still at it.
But why do you spend so much time on it? All that embroidery isn't going to keep Avram any warmer.
I know, Lydia, but I want it to look nice.
I understand. With that face of his, he needs all the help he can get.
Lydia!
I'm joking, of course, Johanna. You have a very handsome man. Not too bright, of course, but very nice looking. And if I ever decide to get married, I will look for someone like him.
Oh, you're always the same, aren't you? So where have you been?
Well, if you really want to know, I've been dealing with those thieves down at the market. I tell you, it gets worse every day. Yesterday, one of those shifty-eyed sons of Edom tried to charge me an arm and a leg for a scrawny, shriveled little chicken that didn't have any more meat on it than a piece of firewood.
So you didn't buy it?
Oh, I should say not. I may be an old woman, but I'm not a fool. Today, at another booth, I got a bird twice the size for the same price.
You should have gone back to the first merchant and showed him.
Well, that's exactly what I did.
You didn't.
I did. I held it right in front of his nose and said, "Look, you fork-tongued offspring of two first cousins, this is a chicken." "So," he says with a smirk, "so," I says, "I suggest that you keep those anemic little sparrows that you're trying to pass off as chickens at home until they either grow up or get well."
Lydia, you didn't really say that.
Why, of course I did. There are too many swindlers like that at the market already.
Then what happened?
Well, he didn't take too kindly to that, as you can imagine. But he couldn't get too angry, you see, because by this time a pretty good-sized crowd had started to gather.
So?
Well, he started to tell me that he was...
Lydia, I have something to tell you. There's been a miracle.
A miracle? Well, that's nice, dear. Now, Johanna, as I was saying...
But Lydia, you haven't heard what I was...
Of course I heard. There are miracles every day. The sun comes up. That's a miracle. The roof of my house doesn't fall down on top of me. That's a miracle, especially since it was built by my brother-in-law.
But this is different, Lydia.
Of course. Well, that's nice, dear. Now, Johanna, as I was saying, of course I heard. There are miracles every... Oh, I said that. I'm sorry. You don't have time. You know, how is this different?
You know Abden, the blind boy who usually sits by the west gate?
Oh, yes, of course.
Well, he can see.
He can what?
He can see. He's been healed.
He has?
Yes, by the Galilean teacher.
Oh, that's very nice, dear. Now, Johanna.
But Lydia, it's true. You don't believe me, do you?
Marissa, you're a nice young girl, and I don't want to hurt you. But let me tell you something. I grew up in the same village with your uncle and your father, and let me tell you, You come from a very strange family. Your uncle was the only one in the whole neighborhood who wanted to be a camel when he grew up.
Now, Lydia.
Yes, he did, and furthermore, he practiced too.
Really now?
I swear it's the truth. He started carrying a moldy old wineskin on his back. He even tried eating thistles until his tongue got infected. And if you asked him a question, all he would do is snort.
But my father didn't.
No, your father didn't do that. But he was something else again. Not quite so strange, perhaps, but at times there appeared to be very little wick in his lamp also.
Now, Lydia, why do you say that?
Well, in the middle of the day, when everyone else was inside, her father used to stand in the hot sun with his arms raised. He claimed he was getting extra energy and light so that he would eventually be able to see in the dark. It never seemed to help his eyesight any, but it certainly cooked his brains.
But Lydia.
But now, child, you come from a family like that and tell me that a man who was born blind is suddenly able to see.
But he can, Lydia. He really can. If you'll just come.
Look, Marissa, have you ever in your life heard of a man born blind receiving his sight?
No, but.
No, of course you haven't, because it has never happened. It can't happen.
But then how do you explain?
How do I explain what you saw? Very simple. You saw someone who looked like Abden, but it was really someone else. Someone who can see. You had the wrong person, that's all.
No, Lydia. I'm sure that it.
Now, child, I don't have time to stand here and argue all morning. Whatever you think you saw is fine with me. But remember, weakness of the eyes runs in your family.
It does?
How else would your mother have married your father?
But you believe me, don't you, Johanna?
I don't know, Marissa. I would like to, but it is rather unusual, you'll have to admit.
I know it is. But if you'll just come with me, you'll see that I'm telling the truth.
Well, all right, but I'd like to finish this first. Why don't you go ahead and I'll catch up as soon as I can.
But, well, all right. But please hurry. You'll see. It's a miracle.
Yes, of course.
Scene, wasn't it? A miracle takes place, and people refuse to accept it, but go on telling their little stories or embroidering the mundane tapestry of their lives. They do not want the neat pattern of their private world disturbed by the intrusion of something they cannot understand, something that might be greater than themselves, that might force a change in what they think and how they live. So what do? They go to the Pharisees. For thousands of years, man has always gone to the Pharisees for an explanation of the things that puzzle and confuse him. And the Pharisees? Those in moral and religious authority? They have dispensed wisdom and justice. At times, yes. But too often they have also demonstrated the dogmatism and prejudice and narrowness of spirit that characterize an unloving heart and a rigid intellect tuned only to observe the letter and rarely the spirit of the law.
Pardon me, sirs.
Yes, what is it now?
Well, nothing, sir. That is, nothing new, because when you said, what is it now, I take it that you thought I had something else to talk about, when in fact it's not really something else, but really only the first time.
Will you stop babbling and please come to the point?
No, sir, yes, sir. Well, you see, sir, there are these people out there and they'd like to talk to you.
About what?
Well, nothing very important, sir. It's just that some of them think a miracle has happened, but others don't think so, and so they wanted to...
A miracle? What kind of miracle?
Well, I'm sorry you asked me that, sir. They told me it was a healing of some sort, but I can't quite remember. I'm not quite sure if it's the fella at the marketplace who can't hear, or the boy at the west gate who can't see, or the fella near the temple with the withered leg, Samuel Shrank, we call him for short. Or
We don't need to hear the histories of all the lame and the halt of Jerusalem. Just bring him in and we'll find out who he is.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir. Oh, I just remembered, sir. there's another man by the north wall who has hardly any hair on his head and sores filled with yellow pus that...
Lemuel, out, now.
Yes, sir.
Is that the best we can do for servants?
I know, it's frustrating, isn't it? He remembers all the details, except the ones that count. But at least he's honest.
Perhaps. But there are times when I would trade him for a convicted murderer with a little more intelligence.
Sit down.
Thank you, Lemuel, but I can hear, remember?
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's funny how I keep getting you mixed up with...
Lemuel!
Oh, yes, sir. This is the subject, sir, Abigail.
Abden.
Oh, yes, this is Abden. Supposedly he was born as deaf as a...
Blind.
What?
Blind.
Oh, yes, supposedly he was born as blind as a post, but...
That.
What?
That. If you must use expressions like that, at least get the terminology correct.
Oh, all right. Well, in addition, he also had trouble seeing, but that's...
Sirs, may I explain what has happened?
Thank you, miss. But right now, I think we'd like to talk to the young man himself. We'll hear from you later. And from you, Lemuel.
Yes, sir.
Now, then, your name?
My name is Abden. I am the son of Shaphat, the leather worker.
All right. Now, just how does all this talk about a miracle concern you?
I can see, sir. All my life, I've been blind. I was born blind, but now I can see.
You can see?
Yes, sir.
And you could not see before?
No, sir, not at any time.
That's very interesting. And just how is it that you are suddenly able to see?
It's very unusual, sir. The man was passing by and he stopped. Jesus, I think they called him. I guess then that he made some mud and put it on my eyes. Then he told me to go wash in the pool of Siloam. I wasn't sure I wanted to at first. I don't like to be made a fool of. But he didn't seem to be making fun of me. So I did. And as I washed the clay away and opened my eyes, there was light. I could see. For the first time in my life, I could see.
Well, this is really quite remarkable, if what you say is true.
If what I say is true, but sir, why would it not be true? Why would I?
We'll ask the questions. You answer when you are told to.
But all I was...
When you are told to, do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Then sit down.
Thank you. Now then, about this man that supposedly restored your sight, what do you know about him?
Well, not very much, really.
Would you recognize him again if you saw him?
I don't know, sir.
You don't know?
I was blind when he put the clay on my eyes. So how could I recognize him if I've never seen him?
And you haven't seen him since you received your sight?
No, sir.
How do you know he was the one who put clay on your eyes?
They told me he did, sir.
Who told you?
My friends and the people who were watching.
And you believed them?
Yes, sir.
Why?
Why? Because they're my friends. When you're blind, you have to trust people.
Oh, you do?
Yes. And even though...
Let's get back to the main questions, shall we? Now, Abden, about this man that supposedly restored your sight. How was he able to do this?
I don't know, sir.
You don't know? But you must have some idea about who he was or where he got his power.
Well, I'm not sure, sir. But I think he must be a prophet.
Oh, then you think his power comes from God?
Yes, I do, sir.
You do? Well, that's very interesting.
Why is that?
Do you know what day it is?
It's the Sabbath.
Yes, the Sabbath, the day that is sacred, the day on which man is not supposed to work.
Yes, I understand.
Do you? Yet you have just told us that he made clay on the Sabbath. That is work, you know. Then he supposedly healed you also on the Sabbath. That too is work. He deliberately broke the law twice, and yet you want to call him a prophet.
But he,
Well, let me tell you, he's not a prophet. He's a sinner, a charlatan, and a fraud. That's what he is.
but my sight, he,
Oh, your sight. Don't try to deceive us with phony miracles. It's been tried before, and it won't work. I suppose these are the witnesses you brought along who are going to lie for you.
no, sir. In fact, they were the ones.
We'll see. Would you like to question them?
Certainly. Now then, we'd like to ask you some questions about this miracle we've been hearing about. And I warn you in advance that I want the truth and only the truth. Anyone found to be lying will be thrown out of the synagogue. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now then, do you know the blind man we're talking about?
Yes, sir. You see, his mother and I were raised in the same village, and let me tell you, they were a very strange family. You see, his grandfather almost starved when he was a child, so he started carrying a piece of cheese tied up in his beard so he would always have something to eat.
We're not interested in hearing about his family history. Please confine yourself to answering the questions.
Yes, sir. But you can imagine what it was like on a hot day. And he ate garlic, too.
Thank you, madam. But now, can you tell us if this is the same man?
Well, he looks somewhat like him, and he might fool some people, but I say no. I'd say this is someone else. Abdon never tried to play tricks on people. He just sat quietly at the gate. Now, his father was something else again. He's a leather worker, you know, and one time...
Thank you very much, but we'll leave that for another occasion.
But I was...
That will be all.
What?
And what about you, madam? Is this the so-called blind man we've been talking about?
I can't say for sure.
Why? Why not?
Well, he does look a lot like Abdon,
Yes, go on.
and his voice is nearly the same.
Yes.
But, well, if you say the man who apparently healed him was a sinner, I can't really say it's Abdon after all.
That's very good reasoning. Thank you very much. And now, you miss, do you also think it might be the same man?
No, sir. I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, sir. I know he's the same man.
You know he... What? Are you trying to be impertinent, young woman? Because if you are...
Pardon me. May I question the young lady?
All right, go ahead.
Thank you. Now, miss, you're quite certain that this is the boy who was blind.
Yes, I'm sure of it.
For one so young, you sound very sure of yourself.
I've known Abdon for a long time, sir.
How long?
We used to play together when we were children.
Oh, I see. And he was blind then?
Yes, he's always been blind. He was born blind. He's never been able to see until today.
And you're sure this is the same man?
Yes, that's what I told you.
You say that even though these others do not agree with you?
They don't know him as well as I do, sir. And besides, they're afraid.
And you're not?
I was taught never to be afraid to speak the truth.
Yes. Well, thank you very much. Well, what do you think?
I'm not sure.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes,
I think I figured out what's happened here.
you have?
Yes, sir. I think we've been going at the problem backwards.
And how is that?
that have to do with this?
Well, this fella, he's even trickier, sir. I was trying to figure it out when suddenly it hit me. He's really blind, but he's pretending he can see.
He's really blind, but he's pretending he can see.
Oh, yes, sir. I think he is.
And is there any way you think you can prove that?
Yes, sir. I believe I can.
You can? Well, then, by all means, go ahead.
Well, thank you, sir. Now then, we're going to do a few tests, Abby. I want you to do exactly as you think you see me do. Is that clear?
Yes.
Good. Now then, hold up 3 fingers. There. You see, I asked for 3 and he held up 4.
If you will look at your own hand, the other one.
Oh. Yeah, okay. I get it. Hold up 2 fingers. He did it.
Why are we wasting time?
Just one more, please. All right, Evan, now do this. You see? He can't do it. He's blind. He's just pretending he can see.
Thank you, Lemuel.
But,
that
sir.
will be all.
But, sir. Yes, sir.
That will do.
Yes, sir.
I think perhaps there are more effective ways of solving this problem. Lemuel, I want you to find this boy's parents and bring them to us. The rest of you may go. If we need you, we'll call you. Young man, you wait outside. We'll want to talk to you again. Well, Lemuel?
Well, I was wondering, sir, you want just the parents? I thought maybe that if we also brought the grandfather who carried cheese in his beard, it might...
Just the parents.
But you don't think?
Just the parents. Now go.
Yes, sir.
Let's go inside.
Good idea. One can only be in the company of idiots so long without being permanently affected.
Good old Lemuel. He will probably never be mistaken for one of the giant intellects of the age. But yet, is he really any more absurd than the Pharisees? With all the skill and cunning of their conniving intellects, they too are trying to discredit and disprove the miracle, to discount what is evident before their very eyes.
They are afraid of acknowledging the existence of a force or a person that is greater than themselves. And so they threaten and manipulate and browbeat until they have bent the truth to suit their own purpose. But are the Pharisees much different than we are? Even today, there is still the attempt by many to explain away the Christ as a teacher, a symbol, or a remote historical figure. To others, he's become a saintly figure on the shelf of their souls, completely removed from the business of daily living. All too rarely is he allowed to affect the practical pattern of their lives.
Mother?
Oh, Abden, I didn't see you.
That's what I thought. Where's Father?
Oh, he already left. He wanted to talk to Elam.
I see. Well, can we go home now?
Not yet. I think they want to talk with you again.
They do. But why?
I don't know, son.
But you told them what happened, didn't you?
We answered their questions as well as we could.
Well, what did they ask you?
They asked if you were our son, and we said yes. Next, they wanted to know how long you had been blind, and we told them that you had been born blind.
Good. And did you tell them how I got my sight?
No, we didn't, son.
You didn't? You didn't tell them about this Jesus and how he...
No, we didn't.
But, Mother...
Don't look at me like that, Abden. You don't understand all that's involved.
What's so involved about it? Couldn't you tell them that the man put clay on my eyes?
The Pharisees don't like this man, Abden. They're doing everything they can to discredit him. Don't you understand that?
But how can that possibly affect you and Father?
And your father? I'll tell you how it affects us. This matter of you receiving your sight is an embarrassment to the Pharisees. They accept the miracle, then they also have to accept the person who performed the miracle. And they're not about to do that.
But surely they've got to accept the fact that I can see now.
Yes, that they do. But what they don't accept is how you received your sight.
How do you mean?
Restoring the sight of a man born blind is a pretty powerful miracle. In fact, it's never happened before as far as anyone knows.
So?
So people are saying that anyone who can perform miracles like that must be a prophet. Some are even saying that he is the Messiah.
The Christ himself?
Yes. Well, the Pharisees have also heard this talk, and they don't like that. They've also decided to put a stop to it. If anyone says that this man is the Christ, he will be cast out of the synagogue.
I see. So what did you say when they asked how I received my sight?
We told them that we didn't know.
I see. And so they want to see me again?
Yes. I'm sorry, Abden, but what could we do? They'd throw us out of the synagogue. You know what that would mean. People wouldn't talk to us. We couldn't worship. We'd be outcasts. And your father, well, his work, it's just...
I understand, Mother. Why don't you go on home now?
No, I'll wait for you here. You might not be able to get home by yourself.
If I can face the Pharisees by myself, I should be able to get home by myself.
Yes, perhaps you're right. Abden,
Yes, Mother?
don't be too hard on us, son. I know we let you down. I'm sorry. But we're only human. Please remember that.
Yes, Mother.
Huh. So you're still here, are you? Well, let me tell you, there's no use sitting there and pretending you're lame. They've got that figured out.
Lame? Who's lame?
Oh, you're not the one, are you? Oh, now I remember. You're Gedaliah.
No, Abden.
That's right, Abden. I knew I was close. You're the one that was, don't tell me, deaf.
No.
Not deaf? I said lame. Blind. You're the one that was blind, right?
That's right.
I knew I'd get it. Let me tell you something, friend. You may be in trouble.
And why is that?
Why? Well, they realize that you can see now, but they can't figure out how. They don't like that. And they don't like the fellow that healed you. I can't remember his name right now, but they can't figure him out either. And if they can't figure things out...
Lemuel!
Yes, sir.
That will be all. You may go now.
Yes, sir, but I was just telling...
You may go!
Yes, sir. Don't you think...
Now,
Oh, yes, sir.
Now then, Abden. We have examined your case very carefully. As you know, we even contacted your parents and talked to them about you. They assured us that you were indeed born blind, but that now you are able to see.
So why do you want to see me again?
it would appear that for some reason God, in his infinite goodness, has seen fit to bestow a miracle on you and restore your sight.
I understand that. And so,
we feel it is important that you realize that God has performed the miracle and that you give him the praise.
well, thank you. But as I said, I already realized that. And what shall I say about the man who put clay on my eyes?
We think it is best that you say nothing about him.
But he was the one who performed the miracle that...
God performed the miracle. You understand? God, not man.
All right, God performed the miracle. But at least he was the agent or prophet of God.
This man is not a prophet of God. He is a sinner.
But then how is he able to...
The man is a sinner.
Look, I don't know all your rules and regulations, and I don't understand your theology. I've been blind all my life, remember? So I don't even know how to read. I don't know how to carry on a learned dispute, and as for this man, I don't know very much about him either. I don't know whether he's a sinner or not, but I can tell you this. As one who has sat in the darkest night during the heat of the noonday sun, I know that something has happened to me. I knew that once I was blind, but now I see. Do you understand that? I can see. And that is something that all your rules and your theology and your arguments cannot take away from me. I can see.
We are not arguing that you cannot see. We agree that that fact has been established.
Will you tell us again what he did? How did he open your eyes?
I have already told you what he did, remember? And you didn't believe me. So why should I tell you again? Unless, of course, you too would like to become his disciples.
Don't be ridiculous. This ragged, undisciplined spellbinder from Galilee.
Next, I suppose you'll start comparing him to Moses.
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
Why not?
Why not? From Moses we received the law of God, and from the law and his teachings have come our sacred traditions. But this man, who knows what he believes or where he comes from?
Can he not also be from God?
Impossible.
Why?
He broke the Sabbath.
And is that necessarily so bad? If he had not broken the Sabbath, I would still be blind.
And would that be so bad?
That would make it easier for you, wouldn't it? If I were still blind, you wouldn't be embarrassed trying to explain how I received my sight, would you? I would still be the nameless blind man at the West Gate. And you wouldn't have to deal with the problem of this Galilean either, would you? But when he performs a miracle, you can't just ride off like you want to, can you?
The man is a sinner.
So the man is a sinner, is he? Now you know, gentlemen, that's very interesting. You say you don't know where he gets his power, but you do know he was able to open my eyes. Now all your life you have been teaching that God does not hear sinners, that he only listens to those who worship him.
So what are you trying to tell us?
What should be plainly obvious to both of you. Since the beginning of time, no one has ever restored the sight of a person born blind.
So,
open your eyes, gentlemen. If he didn't come from God, how could he do this?
Are you trying to teach us, you ragged beggar? You were born blind in sin. You've been born blind and ignorant all your life.
If I am blind and ignorant and tell you lies, that is wrong. But if I speak the truth, what difference does it make if I was blind and ignorant?
we don't have to listen to this impertinence. Get out!
Why? Are you afraid of the truth?
Get out now.
Thank you. I could use the fresh air. Shalom, holy men.
And so, disappointment turns to bitterness, and the joy of the miracle is forgotten in the frustration of rejection.
And yet, it is from the pit of despair that we sometimes climb to the most sublime heights. And it is sometimes in the depths of depression that we learn the greatest lessons.
So how did it go? Not so good, eh?
They threw me out, Marissa.
They did? Well, that figures, I guess. Are you ready to go home?
I don't want to go home.
Why not? You can't just sit here all day.
I don't want to go home.
But people want to see you. They want to ask you about this miracle that...
What miracle? No one really cares about what happened to me.
Oh, it's that way, is it? Well, what's the matter with the baby? Is him all hurt and disappointed?
Oh, stop it, Marissa.
Well, then stop feeling sorry for yourself. Did you think that just because your sight was restored, that all your troubles would be over?
No, but I thought that at least people would believe me.
Why? Just because they can see? You'll have to learn, Abden, that there's a darkness of the mind that is far greater than the blindness of the eye. People see only what they want to see. They believe only what they want to believe.
But those were Pharisees, religious leaders, supposedly.
I know, but they're also human. Sometimes they make mistakes too. Come, let's go home.
I told you I don't want to go home.
So what do you want to do? Go back to sit and beg at the Western Gate? You can't do that anymore, Abden. Things have changed. You can see now. Your life will have to be different.
I know that.
All right, then let's go home. Your parents are...
My parents don't care about me.
Oh, so that's it, is it? So that's why you don't want to go home? What makes you think your parents don't love you anymore?
They didn't defend me before the Pharisees.
And you blame them for that? What could they do? What could they possibly say to those stubborn, stiff-necked hypocrites that would make them change their minds? Nothing. You ought to know that. So don't be so hard on your parents. They were afraid of being thrown out of the synagogue. Can you blame them for that?
How do you know that?
How do I know this? Well, I'll tell you. This mother of yours who doesn't love you anymore was concerned enough about you that she asked me to come back and help you if I could.
I'm sorry. I should have known better.
Yes, you should have. But Abden, even if your parents didn't love you, even if the Pharisees threw you out of the synagogue a dozen times, the important thing is that you remember the miracle. Regardless of what people say or think, you know that you can see, and they can never take that away from you. Remember that.
Thank you for your honesty, Marissa. You're a true friend. I think I'm ready to go home now. But before we go, I think maybe I'd like to find the man who healed me. Would you help me find him, Marissa?
Of course.
Remember the miracle, the girl said, and remember it we should.
For it is the concrete illustration of divine love in action. And perhaps the greatest miracle is that the power of that love 2,000 years ago still radiates across the centuries to heal the blindness and the hardness of our hearts today.
And yet, there are still those who reject the light, preferring rather to sit in darkness by the Western Gate, living, but only partly living.
And then there are also those who by faith have had the eyes of the mind and the spirit opened and see for the first time the possibility of a life filled with love.
And so now, as you move slowly up the aisle and resume your walk in the path of life, we ask you again, remember the miracle.
My Father is omnipotent, and that you can't deny. Our God of might and miracles, 'tis written in the sky. It took a miracle to put the stars in place. It took a miracle to hang the world in space. But when he saved my soul, cleansed and made me whole, it took a miracle of love and grace. The Bible tells us of his power and wisdom all the way through, and every little bird and flower are testimonies too. It took a miracle to put the stars in place. It took a miracle to hang the world in space. But when he saved my soul, cleansed and made me whole, it took a miracle